Never seen this before, so we'll just start with this, because why not? And here we are on a Friday night, and I spent all last week scrubbing my taint just to make sure it wasn't dark, and here we are.
They bleach that if you want.
Uh, they.
That's a real thing.
I know it
It
is,
is.
but the stench, you see, the smell of bleach is just too overpowering for me.
Compared to the smell of what it's getting rid of?
Yes,
That's
actually.
frightening.
No, see, I found the smell quite desirable, just the effects around other people were not. That's the only reason I did it. Anyway, I was going to show everybody something off screen first, but instead we got this. So, what have we got here, Seth?
We have two goblin cheerleaders on the quad who are cheering on a goblin wearing a baseball uniform, despite the fact that the baseballer doesn't seem to be doing anything cheerworthy or even noteworthy, really. But Baseball. What does that spell?
Baseball.
Yes, hooray! You've got it right that time. Let us now spell another one. Good. Yes. What to spell? Was it?
Electroencephalographically.
Oh, that is a good one. Electroe.
Bye.
And you wander the fuck off while they're distracted, because God knows how long you'll be here.
Bye-bye. So, just for everybody else's... Yeah, just for everybody else's benefit, here's how I've been grinding. Check out the cosmic sieve I hold in my hand. Check out what it says it does, and this is just the base value. Now I'm going to drop this a little bit. Now watch this. Watch everybody. 16 apiece. So yeah, I think I've pretty much rendered any outnumbered fight null. And this amount of meat that I've got here, this is after buying that joke barrel back at the hardware store. So yeah, I have the ability to grind up and grind up and grind the fuck all the way up. And with that, it is time to go swamping. Where are we going, Set?
We're going to the Big Moist, where it takes Swamp Ass possibly to a whole new level.
Haha, you're damn right. Chapter 4. Swamped. So yeah, we're here, and this is going to mean I need another line separator. So first of all, where on the piece of cheese are we?
And second of all, what shoes are we wearing?
At the moment, we've got the rubbers.
Well, at least we got protection.
Do we, though?
Theoretically.
What do we like?
I mean, I can't hear any of the special sounding ones, so really the only ones I ever enjoy are the vampire boots, because it amuses me to watch you float around.
And?
Oh no, that's all I got.
The crab ones are also fun to watch. What are pipe shoes? What do they do? I don't remember those.
The pipe shoes do this. Can you hear that one, Set? Because it's rather obnoxiously loud.
I hear some sort of triangle sounding music, but that's about it.
Yeah, this is more like an accordion. A very badly played accordion.
Ah, so my uncle when he was younger.
Ah.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like cheap haunted house music.
Hey, there's no point in walking out of the swamp when there's a perfect good bus stop right here.
Don't tell me what I can and can't do.
You wouldn't trust this rickety old shell to protect you from a single raindrop, and nor would I.
Why are we on a piece of cheese?
It's actually a sponge. So Jessica tells us.
Why are we on a sponge?
That's the thing that Jessica decided was the representation of this place. So we literally have a fucking sponge.
And we're surrounded by weird pokey trees.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see that first.
So do you want to wander aimlessly through a fetid swamp?
You know it, but in a little bit. I do want to read this notice first. Oh, wait, here we go.
This dirt road really becomes more of a fairly functional swamp path by the end here. There's a poster for the local tourist bureau advertising something called Mudhenge. Apparently, it's the biggest henge in the county.
Yeah, what else we got?
Missing! Tom Chapman! Acquire at Largemouth Bass & Sons. The face of a teenage boy is circled in an attached photograph. A portrait of the boy and his elder male relatives, each holding a largemouth bass proportionate to his own height. I want a poster beneath it. Missing! Kathy Tracy! Acquire at Largemouth Bass & Sons. What the fuck is going on at Largemouth Bass & Sons?
Well, I do want to say I don't know, but I'll find out. But the question is, do we want to make a missing poster for Charles?
I don't remember who Charles is right now.
The handyman guy from the
yeah, let's make a missing
antique
poster
shop.
for him. We like
Yeah,
Charles.
let's do it.
Why not pick which to make a poster? You could write Charles's name on the two that are already here. I mean, I would add N. Charles Wallace to both posters.
See, that's the good thing to do. The rest is just asking for some trouble. Number 4 is funny if you look back up at this. Missing Tom Chapman. Inquire at Charles Wallace. Yeah, we'll do the good thing.
Tom Chapman, inquire at Largemouth Bass & Sons, and Charles Wallace. Great. Perfect work. Better hoof it over to that place, though.
I'm huffing.
You've already noticed everything worth noticing.
If you insist. Well, let's go. Alright, so, where to first? And by the way, the mob submarine came up on a call I got from Dante, the mob man, that I've been doing money for. Where do we want to go?
Let's go to Largemouth Bass & Son.
We do want to go there?
I want to know if anybody came to talk to them.
Okay.
You know, and later on I'm very curious about Mudhenge and how the heck it's staying up if it's made of mud.
I got something for you to read.
Your slog through the swamp is interrupted by an unfortunately familiar face.
There you are, dearie. How nice to see you again. Although I would have wished for a more festive setting, but I'm afraid this can't wait for the winter snow.
Ah, jeez, not you again.
Me again. Dark Noel at your service.
You'd be doing me a service by leaving me alone.
Now, don't be such Grinch. I have presents for you.
What's a Wait, did you say presents?
That's right. Painful retribution and Yuletide curses. It was very clever of you hiding in the Institute, all warm and cozy behind the Dean's wards where I couldn't get to you. But now that you're near the source of our power, it's time for me to deck your halls if you get my meeting.
You promise? Sorry. I'm just looking for my uncle. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about the Dean or your plans or those weird dreams or any of it.
As she lays a finger aside her nose and her eyes start to go red. And green.
Swell. Well,
Oh, fisticuffs it is.
I guess we're going to have to test our brand new powers on her. I hate to break this to you, honey, but this is not going to go very well for you.
Oof, already lay unbeaten.
Alright.
Let's put her under a bit of strain.
Not just yet. I have all this power, why don't I just use it all up? Now we'll do it.
Yep.
So she gets to retreat.
Hey, you won. Who else goes away with a "you haven't seen the last of me" or some such cliche?
Well, good to know whether we can reliably beat her here.
That wasn't even a beating, that was a straight up ass whooping.
Oh wow, I did not expect pouring rain for some reason. Maybe that's where all the mud comes from.
You think so?
Oh, it could be.
Maybe it never stops raining. Because, like, if mud dries, it's just dirt.
Do you want to depart from the sweet sorrows of this place?
Forsooth.
This, like, image on the screen is vividly reminding me of when I visited my aunt in Alabama.
Really? Like, just like this, huh?
Pretty close.
This guard seems to be a little nervous. This one's just gonna eye you suspiciously with some nasty side-eye. State your business.
Vote.
Oh, this is a toughie because part of me wants to see what largemouth bass says, but also missing children is practical.
Part of me wants to be the smartass who says business, but I'm gonna lean into largemouth bass as well.
The largemouth bass. I can agree with that.
Largemouth bass.
Boy, do I know that song. If I didn't love these bass, I'd have quit years ago. Largemouth Bass and Sons is cursed of late, stranger. Sales are down. Children going missing. The bosses have stopped speaking to one another. From one pescophile to another. That's a word I never want to hear again. Take my advice. Don't stay long here.
What goes on at this place?
At Largemouth Bass and Sons, we fish largemouth bass, and most of us are sons.
Why don't the bosses speak to one another?
Between you, me, and 3,600 largemouth bass, Mr. Chapman and Tracy haven't been on speaking terms since Mr. Chapman was snubbed at the Academy Awards a few years back. They tolerate each other only because they both perform a function vital to the business.
What's that, Blue?
No, it's just Chapman and Tracy, so it's their specific kids that we're missing.
Uh-huh. Which is?
Mr. Tracy debones the fish and Mr. Chapman rebones them. Only then are the fish ready for sale at market.
Are you saying you take out the fish's bones and then put them back in?
It's tradition. Generations. A Chapman has deboned the bass, and a Tracy rebones them. Giddy? That unique process is what gives our bass its distinctive tang.
Moving on, what do you think happened to the kids?
If you ask me,
That's what I just did.
hell, they ran off. This life isn't for everyone, and Tom and Kathy, they never had the makings of a largemouth bass, deboner or reboner.
Reboner?
Did you not see the part where I said rebones up above?
I'm gonna get going. How are the fish today?
Nice and large today, thank you for asking. This sign identifies the waters as a site of historical importance. This pool is the birthplace of largest-mouthed fluke, a bass present at the signing of the Declaration of Independence. On August 2nd, 1792, he returned to his home waters to die, but his body was never found.
Of course it wasn't. And we're just rolling around in this shit.
Mud.
This viscous puddle reflects a gloomy face.
Are you sure this isn't shit?
Looks more like tar.
I think we all know the answer.
To the puddle or the man?
Into the puddle!
Yeah, I think we all know the answer to this one.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, sir.
It can't understand you. It's a puddle. Now talk to him, the man.
What's the matter with you?
Just left me.
Vote.
What'd you do?
Yeah, what'd you do?
What'd you do?
I forgot to gas her up.
Giggity. Do I want to know what that means?
Huh? I'm talking about the amphibious truck. It's an amphibious truck. I forgot to gas her up one night and she was gone the next morning.
Ah, so we're not talking about a person.
No, I'm more interested in amphibious trucks.
So
Giggity.
what happened to your truck?
Our truck. It's the company truck we use to take the fish to market. A couple of nights ago, I forgot to fill her up before bed, and that must have really ticked her off because the next morning she was gone. No note, nothing.
Vote.
Are you suggesting the truck is sentient?
What's this puddle here?
Ooh, that is a good one.
Why do I feel like I should have expected that exact kind of thing from you two?
I want to know if you're right.
Yeah, I'm curious now. What is this puddle? Is this his tears?
What's this puddle here?
Ah, it's the gas. It's the gas I never gave her that night. It's here, now, in our special place. Waiting for her. Waiting for her to come home.
Is it working?
Obviously, you can see that it is not.
Well, now that I know this is just one of those lists of questions, are you suggesting this truck is sentient?
It's funny, I wouldn't have thought so, but I can't see any explanation for it running off the way it has.
Could it have anything to do with the missing kids?
Tom and Kathy? You'd have to talk to Mr. Chapman or Mr. Tracy about that.
How far could someone have gone in the truck?
With the gas left in her? Couldn't have gone further than 100 miles.
100 miles. Okay.
No, 100. Sorry. 100 is fisherman's lingo. It means 11.
Okay. Missing truck, huh? That's a shame.
She'll be back. She has to come back. She'll run out of gas otherwise, and then where will she be?
Well, good luck with that. I gotta go.
Yeah. He scans the horizon, looking for the truck's return, then turns to you and shakes his head slightly.
Uh-huh.
She knows where to find me. She'll come back. The guard seems happy to be here, but skeptical of you. Which, honestly, I'm not surprised. You are sketchy as fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, there's something fishy going on up there. Literally, figuratively, God knows what other ways.
Oh, look, another cat.
Kitty! Kitty, 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 kitty!
Fishermen's cats are a touchy sort and regard unproven outsiders with the highest suspicion. This cat avoids your touch. You get the sense that only true loyalty to the fisherman's cause will overcome its suspicions of you.
Alas.
About a can of tuna. This chum bucket is inscribed, "A stranger is just a chum you haven't met yet." And that is one of the worst fucking puns I have seen ever at any point.
Oh.
Those are decorative.
And the chum inside?
It's the very first bass for chum ever made by Largemouth Bass & Sons back in the summer of 1803. It reminds us of our humble beginnings.
Oh. Revolting. Can I have it?
No.
Damn.
Worth a try.
Champagne for my real chums, real pain for my sham chums. Okay, Fall Out Boy, I see you. Chum pain for my real chums, real pain for my chum chums. That was a little more esoteric.
Indeed.
Oh, with the reboning knife of righteousness has a complete bass been forged. Book of Paris.
Uh-huh.
Surely a fisherman yearns for a glorious death at sea, not to wind up behind a desk.
Hello there. I wonder, do you ever wish you'd had a glorious death at sea?
Ho ho! Many a sea creature has tried to give me one, pal. Before they can get their teeth to me, I've reboned them 6 ways to Sontag. He spits a wad of chewing back out the door. Guy Chapman, Chief Reboning Officer, Largemouth Bass and Sons. Are you here about Tom?
You know what? Help them, help myself, right?
Yeah.
I saw the posters about the missing children.
Find one child and you'll find the other. My Tom has been lured into the lair of Occam's Gator by that Jezebel of a deboner's daughter. A good and true fisherman led astray by the delinquent sorceress who's never cared a Walt Whitman for what we do here with largemouth bass.
I detect a little Romeo and Juliet going on here.
Jezebel of a deboner's daughter.
Yeah. Well, we need a vote for something like
I
this.
mean, he is being a little sexist.
Ooh, okay. Oh. Yeah, I kind of think the sexist one.
You're being a little sexist, don't you think?
Not remotely. I'm not saying about her gender at all. I'm only saying that she may have got my boy eaten by a gator man.
But when you throw words like Jezebel around, that's a little loaded.
Is it? Well, I didn't mean anything by it. I'm willing to change, but you have to be patient with me, alright? I'm old-fashioned and I can't keep up with all these new ideas your generation has. Gender, penicillin.
Jeez. Occam's Gator?
Chapman's cheeks darkened to the murky hue of a humpback anglerfish. As long as there has been a largemouth bass and sons, there's been an Occam's Gator to our great misfortune. I'd venture that there's no creature of land nor sea quite so terrible. 12 feet tall he is, red as a furnace with smoke billowing from his nostrils. He and his rapacious appetites are a plague on our business. Everything we've got. Largemouth bass, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps me up at night, wondering what we did to deserve him. Is it a sin against the land to both debone and rebone fish? Perhaps. Perhaps. Damn it, that's what gives our bass its zing!
How is Kathy responsible?
Well, the arrogance of youth. Kathy Tracy never thought she had anything to fear from Occam's Gator. She respected him. Several times I caught her attempting to summon the beast by shouting his name 3 times in a mirror or directly into the mouth of a bass. It was always going to end with her
Into the mouth of a bass?
Yep.
better than boning it. In either direction.
Is it really?
Probably.
Are you sure?
In this game, never. It was always going to end with her in Occam's belly. I just didn't think my Tom would be fool enough to go along with it.
Do you think Tom could have run away on his own?
Absolutely not. The 3rd generation bass boy, proud and true. I just... Last month, he said, I'm excited about my future in reboning largemouth bass, Dad. God, that's a sentence.
Bass boy.
Does that sound like the words of a boy with 1 foot out the door? No. There's a simpler explanation. The siren song of Kathy Tracy, who lures good men into the bellies of gators.
Is there a finder's fee?
200 meat for starters, and my mother's fishing rod for the entree. On one condition. I don't want you looking for Kathy on Tracy's dime. It's Tom that needs saving, and he needs saving from her. So that's the condition. Oh, and you also need to find Tom. So that's 2 conditions.
Is it a special fishing rod?
It is, and I'll tell you why. It has never caught a fish.
Oh, Well, that sounds worse than a normal fishing rod.
It has never caught a fish. Always catches two. How it works? Don't want to know how it works. We just thank Poseidon for the bounty.
Well, let me think about it.
Thinking? There's no time for thinking, man, while Tom's still missing. We don't live in a puzzle book.
Let's talk about Tom.
Let's find Tom. As I said, my son has been lured into the lair of Occam's Gator by that young lady.
What do you do here?
I'm the chief reboning officer here at Largemouth Bass & Sons, like my father was before me, and etc. A wonderful life, a good family life.
I'm looking for someone myself. Charles Wallace?
I know the name. Some fool wrote it on the missing poster I had up for Tom. I'm wondering who or what he is. Is he a fish?
No.
I'm not the person to ask. I'm a fisherman, friend. My bag is fish. If you're looking for a human, you ought to be asking some sort of human fisherman.
This is probably the stupid question of the century, but vote.
That's a little tough, actually. I could go either way.
Sir, you are a human fisherman.
I'm abstaining.
You're abstaining?
Yeah, because I could go either way. I'm 50-50, so...
Well, I can't vote except in the case of a true tie, so... You are a human fisherman.
His expression turned sour. Now that you've poked a hole in his premise, he has lost interest in the conversation. Okay, I don't know where your friend is, alright?
Be seeing you. Now, what does he have to say after all of that?
My son Tom is missing, sir. If you'll not be the one to fix that, I must ask you to go fish.
Well, we gotta hear the other side's offer first. Before we make a decision.
Back there's the mess.
That's okay. I don't mind.
Not messy, it's the mess. As in where we have our meals.
Oh, I thought they only called it a mess in the armed forces.
And is fishing not the armed forces? What do we use to hold the rods, huh?
Vote between 1 and 2.
You know, I'm feeling sassy. 2.
2.
I don't know. Your legs?
Don't waste my fucking time. It's a mess hall back there. Tell me what's up.
Yeah, what's back there?
Those are crew quarters.
Wait, you live here?
Where the fish live, we live.
Can I go inside?
Into our family's private quarters? I'd sooner let a dogfish loose in my socks.
Is that something you do?
Rarely. What lies beyond that door is only for fishermen.
What is it?
Fish.
Can I fish here? Apparently not. Alright, that's a starting place. Huh?
Ah, the water gets much deeper right there.
I really should have gotten rid of this damned rod. Oh well.
Why?
You know what? No reason. I can just turn it back to 0 whenever I fucking want.
Ah, true. I hope you're not planning on sticking that rod in there. Largemouth Bass & Sons have the exclusive license to fish those waters.
Boy, don't be telling me where I can and can't stick my rod. Is there any way I can fish here?
No. Largemouth Bass & Sons has the fishing rights.
Fishing might makes fishing right. Hoo hoo.
That attitude might get you places at smallmouth bass and nephews, but we run things differently here.
Okay, fine.
The mouth bass really are as large as they say.
So we can't actually go anywhere except for the 2 houses, I guess.
Are the shotguns keeping you out or something else in?
Who cares? I'm going inside.
fancied to magnify the misfortune of my stolen daughter.
Any idea who did this?
I can't prove it yet. But I'll be damned if Occam's Gator did not have his claws in this.
When did this happen?
3 nights ago. I'm still in shock. I can't even muster the strength to close the safe.
I can do that for you. It's, not hard.
Would you?
Sure.
Listen.
Feel like we lost some dialogue on that one, but oh well.
You're not close enough to read this.
Yes, I am.
Academy of Fresh and Saltwater Gamefish certification of nominated for award. Be it known that Adam Tracy was nominated for an Academy Award of Merit for Outstanding Achievement, Best Deboning Bass. The knife of the deboner doth... Sorry. Though the knife of the deboner doth still shape largemouth bass, and the world through our action, there are legion who do not believe and would tear down thy work. The Book of Garrett.
Right.
This grizzled mariner must hate being stuck behind a desk.
Greetings. As a mariner, do you hate being stuck behind a desk?
Excuse me. I make 6 figures a year behind this desk, and mind your manners. You're addressing Adam Tracy, Chief Deboning Officer of Largemouth Bass & Sons. Are you here about Kathy?
I saw some posters about missing children.
That's right. 3 nights ago, Kathy disappeared, along with all her clothes and possessions, the contents of that safe there, and the company truck. Oh, and the Chapman kid.
It sounds like she might have ran away from home.
I'll excuse the remark as you don't know my Kathy, but suffice it to say, that's impossible. Kathy loves largemouth bass almost as much as assuming preordained roles in a multi-generational family business. No, Kathy would not simply leave home. There is a much simpler explanation. Occam's Gator.
Occam's razor? Gator?
A monstrous gatorman, centuries old, 10 feet tall if he's an inch, with scales as blue as the deepest ocean. His 2 tails as sharp as razors, and he's not afraid to shave you. I'll take that offer, it's fine. His appetites are insatiable. He'll strike at night and gobble up our fish, guns, tax returns, whatever. And now, I fear my Kathy. I don't know what we did to provoke his ire, but that beast has bullied and bothered our business since my grandfather was in toddler pants. Sometimes think the swamp itself has summoned him up to be our tormentor.
You think Occam's Gator ate Kathy?
You have to understand, for decades, Occam's Gator has been the sole author of this business's misfortune. Could he eat a child? Absolutely. That's his MO, or monstrous operandi.
Now, if Occam's ate Kathy, aren't we too late already?
Not necessarily. Occam's only handicap is his glacially slow digestion. Go ask Sylvester, a guard of ours. He was swallowed up by Occam's, but by stripping off his belly and greasing his body in Occam's own fat, he was able to slither up and out of Occam's jaws while the great beast slept. And the new version of Jonah and the Whale has taken some twists and turns.
I guess so.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So the guard. So first of all, they're saying this is a gator man, right? Not just a gator man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a gator man big enough to eat a person whole.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And somehow it makes sense to be eaten and get naked in the stomach and then somehow grease your body and the fat in the stomach so it's not acidic?
That's what we were told, yes.
That is correct.
And then
yeah.
just wiggle on out.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes,
Yes,
that's...
it makes absolute sense.
What?
As much as anything else in this game will make sense, this makes sense.
Where can I find Sylvester?
I don't know. We had to terminate him for attempting to unionize.
Too bad. Forgive me for saying this, but, Occam's Gator sounds made up.
There's nothing made up about a giant blue gator man who eats guns. One of our guards actually saw Occam's. Even took a shot at him, but conventional weapons have no effect.
Are you saying you haven't seen Occam's Gator?
I've seen the destruction he's wrought. I've certainly seen that.
Right, well, my friend Charles is missing. Could Occam's have taken him too?
Charles? Hold up. That was a name written on Kathy's poster at a bus stop. A nasty piece of vandalism for which I do not doubt Occam's Gator is responsible.
These guys are both stupid. They can't connect the dots. Is there a finder's fee?
Finish your sentence, sir.
Is there a finder's fee if I finders her? I mean, fondle her? Find her?
300 meat and my grandfather's fishing rod. But I'm running the show, alright? Not Chapman. I know he's got a missing boy too, but you can't just involve a reboner in an operation like this. They're far too emotional. If you're dealing with me, you keep him out of it.
Mm-hmm. What's so special about this fishing rod?
What's special about this? You can catch things that your scientists would say are impossible to find in water. How about that?
So it doesn't catch fish?
Yes, fish, but also impossible things.
Ooh, throw in the fishing rights.
Yeah, how about throwing in the fishing rights?
You've got your eyes on our largemouths, eh? I'll give you 10 minutes alone with the fish. How about that? No questions asked.
Okay, so if they're giving away 10 minutes alone with a fish, maybe we know how fishmen happened.
Well, that and
Yeah.
300 meat over 200?
True.
I mean, yeah, I'd say this guy.
Let's do it.
Deal.
Alright. Good. Now, Peter, our guard by the front gate, was the last to see Occam's gator in the sickening flesh. Peter chased him off our property to a revolting little hamlet, but dared not enter himself. I'll mark it on your map. I'm convinced that's where you'll find Occam's, and inside Occam's, Kathy.
Right.
Now, bring her home, you hear me?
So what do you do here?
As I said, I'm the chief deboning officer here. My team and I debone the largemouth bass, after which it is passed over to my colleague across the way for reboning.
I'll be on my way.
There you are. What of Kathy? Is she home?
Not yet.
Ah!
I'll be on my way. Is this the mess?
It is. And just so you know, the fish we serve here is deboned, and that's just the way we like it. I don't want to see you putting new bones in the fish.
Vote.
Definitely won't see us doing that.
Agree.
You definitely won't see that.
Public is welcome to visit the Tracy family's mess hall if they'll pardon the mess.
I'm guessing we're allowed to go in here because we took the deal.
Also, Kitty. The sign says, take a bottle of bass oil. Why, it's glued to the table. Bottles, crate, the whole thing. You now notice the reverse of the sign, which reads, if you can.
I really want to do both, but I'm not sure if I can. On the premise that we probably can't, vote.
Take the bottles.
Yeah, bottles.
Huzzah! You break the bonds of the glue with a satisfying...
Okay.
Warp.
Alright,
That's
so
what it says.
hold on a sec. What do we do with this now? Okay, good. The speakeasy. So we'll be drinking this shit. Alright. I guess we can take the sign.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Just sell it, if you can. Alright.
There's a bass falling in the sink and in each of the drawers. The refrigerator hums with quiet menace. Or maybe it's the motor. The only item inside is a sardine salad sandwich in the cardboard box. The box is labeled, Adams, do not eat.
Do eat.
Ah, the sandwich smacks of something foul and deeply wrong, as if the food has rotted itself to punish her minor transgression. It reminds you of the story of your friend Eve, who ate a forbidden window display sandwich and cast out from the darkness into the restaurant.
So we gain an effect from doing this, not an edible. Let's... Shit.
Fishing cats are slow to trust. The cat ignores her attempts to befriend it. Only true loyalty to the fisherman's cause will win her over. That door is locked, making this room even more disappointing. There you are. What of Kathy? Is she home?
I ate your sandwich.
No, you didn't. The one in the refrigerator is a decoy. No one's ever found the real thing.
Well, that's weirdly terrifying.
Right?
What's back here? Your quarters?
How did you know that?
That's where Mr. Chapman has his. Maybe the two of you are more similar than you'd like to admit?
Wash your mouth out with fish soap.
Vote. You know what? Vote.
I don't think I will.
Number 2.
I don't think I will.
Only the Tracy family is allowed in the private quarters. You need to find another entrance or think about marrying in.
Just think about marrying in? Is that enough to... Well, anyway. Alright, there's something I gotta do real quick. Oh, and you know what else? If you're at level 3 Shadow Taint or above, you get struck by lightning just coming in here.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, now that that's done. Back
Close attention. Why did you feel the need to get rid of the original sandwich?
because it cost me a point of muscle and a point of moxie to carry it with me.
Wild.
What we got here?
You find some glowing green rocks half submerged in some brackish swamp water. You recognize it as petrified St. Elmo's fire.
The good bits?
You do what must be done, which is to smash the bare natural formation to harvest its resources.
Hey, I need it more than St. Elmo did.
Fair.
Now, next thing we need to do is see what talking to this guy does now that we've sided against him.
Guy Chapman has a telltale yellowed nails of a fish reboner. Ask your questions, now go on and get out of here. I did not send for you.
I'd like to talk about your son.
I'm not sure I want to discuss my son with a confederate of his, Kathy Tracy, that, young lady who led my Tom into the belly of Occam's gator.
That's all I
I
wanted
guess
to
he
ask
took
about.
took your sexism talk seriously.
That's all I wanted to ask about your son.
That's all I wanted to answer.
Oh, we made our choice. Now, it's time to go somewhere. Where, though? 3 choices.
Ooh, I want to see what's in Mudhenge.
Okay.
I'm too curious. I gotta know if it's mud.
A burly hunter trudging through the mud gives a holler. As he nears, you see he's toting a shotgun under one arm and carrying a pile of gator hides over his shoulder. What are you doing? Swamp's no place for a little boy. Gators will eat you alive. Take this. Get yourself a seat on the next bus out.
Wow, that's,
Not enough money for the bus? Fine, fine. Take it. But go.
okay. I'm not a little boy, by the way.
Can't go around the fence this way.
But I could just leave.
Oh, you're not gonna, so fuck that. That's a gross, muddy flower.
Oh, look, a hole in the fence.
No one's going to lose their job at the fence factory.
Ooh.
wow.
Oh,
Level 13.
According to this, there's an old boxcar nearby that the railroad company abandoned when it sank to the swamp. Sounds interesting.
ooh.
I wonder if...
I already read this, but it just mentions the old sunken boxcar nearby. Doesn't seem to have any bearing on Mudhenge at all.
No, I suppose not. See if there's anything else of interest before I continue wandering through archways. No, it would appear not. Now, does the same arch take me to the same place each time? Oh, maybe not necessarily.
It's an arcane message in a strange script. Translate the message on the rock reads, Drowned Mary's crown is buried past the hewed tower.
The hewed tower? So it looks like the
So
arches are all formed the same way.
Can you roll through all of them?
That's what I'm gonna
Oh no,
say.
I think they all just kind of take you back to different ones.
Well, yeah, but...
Oh, I saw a gator man.
Try a different. Oh, who's that?
Wait!
Hey!
I do not as of yet have a rhyme or reason for this, but the stones are not here. The arches are the same. Okay.
Try that back one.
This one?
Yeah, didn't try that one yet.
But like you see the network of arches looks pretty much the same, right? But it's the
Yeah.
content of the rooms that's all different.
Oh, Gator Man.
Couldn't catch him.
He is not big enough to eat a person.
If that's the Gator Man we're after.
I say, that may not be Occam's gator. That might be one of his kids. Maybe they bone him, too.
Stop.
Never.
Alright, it seems like we can escape. Do a little more before we do, though.
Now, does going through certain ones always bring you back to the same one?
Well, take a look. Here's the 5th arch. This is the 2nd arch, the one that's closest to the camera view.
Right. Wait, who was that lady?
That is a good question. Let me see if I can get her again. Yeah, this forms a network of all five arches together. And I'm wondering if a new stone shows up if I do this in the correct sequence. So let's try 5. Oh, hello. Hello. We've met before, haven't we?
When we meet, 'tis not me.
Behind the boxcar, do you remember? Alpha Stardix?
There's not much time. This to help. This to help you go where you are going.
Is that for the bus? I don't need that anymore. I got enough gas for the bus. More than enough, actually. Sorry.
I come to give help. I come from far away. I come at great personal cost.
Have you got anything else I could use? Sorry.
Fuck you.
Well, that was fascinatingly weird.
Alright. So, 5 brought that. Let's try 4 next. That was no good. So start sequence again. 5. Let's try 3. No. 5. Oh. I officially don't know. This is not looking one-to-one to me.
Yeah, I thought maybe going through each one took you to a different room, but this one has only one stone available. But it probably says the same thing.
Yeah.
See if you can
What's
get
that
there.
over to the east?
Gator guy.
This crazed gator man appeared out of nowhere and is chomping at the bit to make sure you're nowhere 5 minutes from now.
Wait, what am I looking at here?
Oh, have you not seen a gator man yet? Sorry, it's hard to keep track. These are the guys Jessica mentioned, and they're pretty much what you'd expect from the name Gator Man. They're intelligent, upright walking alligators. They have tough, scaly skin, lots of teeth, and pissy attitudes about everything that they aren't already eating. They especially hate intruders, which are the second biggest reason that this swamp isn't a popular tourist destination. First being, it's a swamp. In any case, the Gator Man in front of you looks like he wants to give you a bad time.
Fine. Then let's go. I regret that we won't be seeing what this mushroom does. Bye.
Turn him into boots. The Gator Man rallies for another round, but a hand rises from the swamp and drags him down screaming.
Well. Alright, so you managed to catch the Gator Man and he ran away the first time. You had the weird bull guy. Maybe if you go through enough times, you'll catch the lady or the other man that keeps wandering off.
Possibility.
Backpass in the swamp is certain to contain illicit material. Parental guidance is advised.
Noted and subsequently ignored.
There's a complete change of clothes in the sack and a black embossed card sticking out of the back pants pocket.
What's it say?
Crown Mary's crown is buried past a huge tower. Phrase so nice you've read it twice.
And the flip side?
The Nudist's Creed. Nothing is worn. Everything is visible. Select to leave everything in the bag where you found it. Nothing is your size anyways.
Yeah, I guess so. If there is a proper sequence to this, I have no idea how to go about determining it.
I think it's maybe just go through slow enough to see if you can catch the people. I'm betting the people are more important than the stones.
Probably.
The man was over somewhere on the left and the lady was on the right, I think. Oh, there's... Nope. Is that the same man? I don't know.
Yeah, he had the big mustache. And I'll bet you anything that's the lost boy. And I bet you anything that the woman is the lost girl.
The first time you saw the Gator Man, didn't you have to yell wait as well?
Yeah, he ran off. I'm not sure why this one didn't.
Kind of feel bad for that bull guy. He was nice enough to bring you gas.
Yeah, me too. Can I drink this gas or no?
Sorry. Only in video games.
It's true.
That's rather unfortunate. We don't even have
Also
the gas
only-
in our inventory, so I guess we didn't actually take it. I don't know. Do you think we're gonna get anywhere with this? Oh shit! I think there might have been something. See if I can get whoever this is on the right side.
Was that the girl?
Might have been up.
Oh,
Nah, she's running
so
off
that was
too.
just another hay.
I'm not convinced we're gonna get any further. They're just gonna keep running off.
I think so. Maybe we have to do other stuff,
Yeah, maybe.
like your Manhattan or something.
Yep. Well, we still got 3 choices.
Uh, you said the mob thing was related to a different side quest?
Yeah, you know the mob guy I've been on the phone with and doing other jobs for, and he's been giving me money for it? This is number 9 in that list.
Well, I wonder if he has any secret useful information about the kids.
That would be nice. Let's find out.
There's a big brown rock, half submerged in the swamp. An ancient mammoth coprolith.
More good bits.
You can almost tell what the mammoth had for breakfast.
Christ. Oh, hello. How'd you find me?
Have you thought real hard about where you must need to go, and then chose by random.
Well, I'm glad that worked out. Alright. What exactly is the ask here?
Move some booze from the mob's sunken submarine, the Big Moist.
Well, here it is, and there's some hobo code of level 10.
Disappointing lack of sandwiches inside.
Oh well, forewarned is forearmed, I guess.
This place seems suboptimal. Go elsewhere. Through this porthole, you can just barely make out a chart on the wall of the submarine. Strain your eyes, but the chart is either slightly too far away, the submarine is slightly too dark, or some combination of these two factors.
Mysticality power.
Years of study have taught you how to deliberately damage your eyes in order to learn things. Those years of study finally pay off as the text on the chart reveals itself. Torpedo tube pressure, 19 psi.
Good old 19 psi, classic pressure value.
Through this porthole, you can see the darkness inside a submarine. In a way, the submarine reflects the darkness inside all of us.
Do I look like a philosophy major to you?
Oh, we were culinary arts.
Yeah.
And this hatch leads down to the submarine.
Down the hatch. So what all have we got?
Hatch leading to the submarine's lower deck. This control panel has a big dial labeled internal pressure.
It's got to be 19, right?
I believe so. You hear a small burst of steam as the pressure changes.
Yep.
It's a periscope, which is a device for looking at guys named Perry.
Ooh.
Oh, Perry's on the horizon today, Captain.
So you're not going to allow us to parry?
This hatch is labeled torpedo, including the period.
Cool.
This pipe is clogged.
Then unclog it.
There we go.
Okay, okay, does anybody have a guess?
Ooh,
A dancing Russian plumber's favorite and least favorite thing.
the little like squat down on the ground knee kick.
Yep,
That's what I'm hopeful for.
That's my guess.
Yes!
And we get it.
Let's leave it.
Yeah, we can leave it for now. back half of the submarine is blocked by an impenetrable tangle of roots. The submariners must have used their extra steam to do their laundry. Washer contains a very nasty hat.
There's a good melee attack hat. But all of my powers go into magical with this fucking weapon I'm carrying.
Yeah, really.
Barrel of tequila.
Now, I do not know why the hover function here is not working, but whatever. There's a snake in the bottom? Oh.
Well, instead of a worm.
Because it's a whole barrel.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm guessing trying to open it with an incorrect number would have just not given us the thing. So why are we not going to change it again, Set?
Because you're no longer under any pressure to.
So,
You open the hatch to discover the lower deck is completely flooded. You'll need some kind of breathing apparatus if you want to go down there.
well, guess what? We do have one. Now
Whip out your handy dandy diving helmet.
Oh, actually,
Oh, I need
first.
this. Yeah, fish is a closed door and it closes if you're not holding it.
Good enough. Let's go. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
These torpedoes have been ruined by water. Somebody should have dammed them.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we dam everything else with the torpedoes. Oh, wait, damn the torpedoes! Aha!
Ah, you just caught it.
Yes. Like the fishing I didn't do.
This crate has been crusted shut by freshwater barnacles. Ironically, this is a crate of rust remover. Lock on this lockbox has rusted away, making just a regular box. Riches! Riches were inside!
Ooh.
Not sure if this is enough silver bars to count as a trove, but it's at least a heap.
They'll sell for a pretty penny. Sometime this century, please. Thank you. Do I have any? Nothing better than this at the moment. Well, we got the thing that we needed. Yeah, let's get out of here. 2 locations left.
Well, we've got time. Let's hit the sunken boxcar. You catch a whiff of burnt rubber and see a column of smoke drifting to the sky nearby. As you get closer to the site, you see that a small airplane has crashed into the mud. Or perhaps slatted or warped into the mud.
Yeah, we'll check that out later.
It's time to locomote your caboose somewhere else.
Whatever you say, Coach.
You want to see if there's anything outside before we climb in?
I already took a peek around here. Nothing came up aside from the ways out.
Hmm.
This looks very dangerous.
Yes, it
On we
does.
go.
everything has, predictably, fallen off of this table. These poetry books are full of slant poetry. This would fail a railroad safety inspection for at least 2 reasons. We're perplexed by the hobo's decision to sleep with his head pointing downhill. It's a diagonal hobo, although I suppose from your perspective he looks normal.
How am I supposed to...
Just tilt your head as you read, you're fine.
Okay. Oh, hi, sorry. I didn't know anyone was living here. I suppose I should stop being surprised by that.
That's quite alright. I'm Pepperidge Dolphin. Welcome to my humble abode.
Thanks, I'm Alpha Stardix. Nice boxcar you got here, apart from it being a little, steep.
Deep? Oh, yes. You know, I've grown so accustomed to tilt I hardly notice it anymore. Apart from when I try to play marbles.
Your game must really be going downhill.
Yes. Quite.
Okay, that's enough neck strain. Your accent is different from most hobos I've met.
Well, my family is from old money, you see.
How old?
Old enough that it all turned to dust. All that remains is a rambling old manor house that I can't afford to maintain, so I decided this would be a splendid opportunity to expand my horizon.
The horizon is typically a bit more level. But anyway, why are you living in a boxcar in a swamp?
Well, to be honest, it's been difficult to part with the old estate. This is as far as I've been able to get before the homesickness becomes overwhelming.
Oh, how bittersweet.
Indeed. I wondered, could you spare the time to help me? I could be done with the place if I had a proper souvenir. Specifically my father's collection of antique padlocks.
And you can't get them yourself because of the memories?
More like a lack of memories.
Memories, huh?
Memories, yeah.
Well, it's a lack of memories, it seems. Which is a sad state of affairs indeed.
Like, you can't blame people for being flat-chested.
Yeah, you're right.
I was going more for the fact that this is a gentleman, and therefore he has none.
Well, you're absolutely right. I'll help you.
Thank you. There are 11 locks altogether.
Except they won't actually be all together, will they?
I'm afraid not, no. I'll mark the location of the house on your... The sponge.
Yes, just right on it.
There's also something I should tell you about the house.
Oh boy, here it comes.
I just wanted to let you know there aren't any ghosts haunting the property.
There aren't any?
That's correct. Not a one. My family never suffered any violent or traumatic deaths.
And this is something you felt you had to warn me about?
Not really a warning as such. I just thought you might like to know.
Huh. Well, okay. Thanks. I'll be, right back with your 11 padlocks. Hi, Pepperidge.
Hello again, Alpha. What can I do for you?
I'm still working on collecting your padlocks.
Splendid. Best of luck to you.
Right. Oh, boy. Alright, and we're back up to 3 locations.
I want to check out Gator Man.
Okay.
Feel like we're getting distracted on the rest.
Haha, get an eye on this. Gabby comes up with a bunch of meat in her hands and gives it to you.
What the... Where did you get this, Gabby?
Gabby was found a great big frog. It turned inside out and had all of this inside it.
Is Gabby weirder?
Yes, I believe so. I don't... what?
Ha! I know, right?
Lots of Gator Men.
Leave or not to leave, that is the question.
Definitely not to leave.
Somebody's old campsite and it looks trashed.
Mm-hmm.
Amidst all the garbage strewn about, you find a shiny 7/8" combination wrench with CW paint on the side. That's strange. Obviously this belongs to Charles, who doesn't seem like the kind of guy who'd lose one of his tools carelessly. Or the kind of guy who'd leave trash around his campsite. Look around more carefully and discover weird tracks in the mud. Big, clawed, bipedal tracks. Maybe Gatorman tracks. There's a spot where some kind of scuffle clearly happened. Oh, jeez. Oh, that tears it. Charles Wallace must have gotten kidnapped by Gatormen. Maybe he dropped the wrench on purpose to attract your attention. Hopefully you can find him soon.
Let's hope so.
Already learned everything you're gonna learn from this. The guards stop in their tracks and start sniffling around suspiciously. They're almost certain to notice you if you get any closer. Staying put isn't an option here. Which way do you want to go and how?
You got some powerful weapons. We're obviously gonna fight them, right?
Of course, and even if we didn't have powerful weapons, we're gonna fucking fight them.
Alright, let's see. Scream Mouth. Meyer Chef, and what was the other one? Mush some? Oh,
A mush muncher.
Mush Muncher.
These guys are pretty strong, but not nearly strong enough. Let's see if doing this for all of my AP and then swinging the sieve at them is enough. So this is 15 damage apiece just on this attack. Where are they at now? Well, the only one who's going to live is this guy. And the poison will do him in before he gets to move. But even before that, guess what?
Link. Turns out those gators should have been avoiding you.
I am the terror that stalks the swamp.
They drink it, but that doesn't mean they like it.
And Charles. Alright, so let's check this out first.
Hello? Hello? Hand on this fridge is busted. This is going to be a headache come lunchtime. No dice and no door opening either. Whoever smashed the handle wanted to keep you out or keep something in. A magical talking sandwich, maybe.
Doubt it.
With a great effort, you force the door open. Released from his refrigerated cage, a cold man squirms into the muck, gasping for air. My God, you are my savior. One more day trapped in there and I would succumb completely to despair.
So who are you?
I'm Fabian, an illustrator of the natural sciences. Arid steppes, glittering bergs of ice, but lately my interests have taken me into these damp lands. I'm in my soggy period.
You're having a what?
Doggy period.
Yeah.
That sounds like the worst kind.
Giggity.
Sounds bloody.
How did you get in there?
I was traveling to the swamp to sketch the native cypress, only to be caught in a net by these gator-esque men. At first, they allowed me to roam within the confines of this camp, but when I shouted for help at a passing truck, I was put into the refrigerator.
What truck?
Oh, it hurtled to the swamp like a ass out of hell. There was a boy and a girl at the wheel, and I called out, "Stop! I'm a prisoner! Take me with you!" But they drove on. What makes a person do that?
Where was the truck headed?
North of here, I'm sure of it.
North of Loathing, huh? And since that driver at large mouthed Bass and Sons was confident the truck could only make it 11 miles at most, if you subtract from 11 the distance between this camp and the fishery...
These with deductive euphoria that only a fucking math nerd could have. You do some quick calculations which in your haste come out very wrong. Do them again, not rushing this time, and produce a promising lead. Station unlocked. An amphibious truck?
Have you come across my friend out here, Charles Wallace?
Charles? No, I remember being something that unusual of a name.
Alright. Do you know of a creature called Occam's Gator?
Occam's Gator.
Supposedly a large gator with two tails who breathes smoke from its nostrils.
Oh yes, I think you described my mother-in-law.
Okay, so you don't know.
No, and I apologize, I shouldn't have said that. Melanie has always been kind to me.
Uh-huh.
Every weekend she bakes me a ball of nougat. I apologize, Melanie.
Alright, well, if you want to leave, the way out is more or less clear.
I do want to leave. That is a good guess. If we ever meet again, it would be an honor to. It would honor me to paint your portrait. I am an artist, as you know. I cannot paint you right away, as I am in my soggy period. If I conclude that work, or if you become soggy, well, who knows?
Am I not soggy enough?
Not for academia, no.
Well.
Okay, so all signs point to the Gator men not having eaten the children, but the children having run off together in the truck to possibly elope.
So, basically, the plot line of Macbeth, right? Or was it A Midsummer Night's Dream? King Lear? I don't know. One of those.
Well, the refrigerator is still running. How are they getting the electricity for this?
Why do I feel a cold stare being directed at me?
I don't know. I was going to suggest you watch a movie called Rosaline.
Isn't that based on Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah, it's actually hilarious.
But what does
It's
Romeo
a
and
safe
Juliet...
hanging in an unsafe manner from the ceiling.
But what does Romeo and Juliet have to do with this?
Well, honestly, it's more Rosaline. She's afraid of fish.
Ah.
Sleeping Gator Man. Unless he's lying about being asleep.
Yeah, we're not gonna let him lie.
Alright, if you say so. What would you like to do as an alternative to letting this Gator Man continue sleeping?
I like the verbiage on these.
You want to slap him or search him?
Giggity. Come on,
boy.
let's hear.
Reach into the water and gracefully grope the Gator Man's pockets. At least you hope those are pockets, you fucking pervert. You find a scrap of paper.
They be on a Gator man, like...
It says carefully, and you fucking said gracefully. That made it so much worse.
Look, this game.
Sell the sorority, kids.
Combination of the Gator Man say 3 numbers too repulsive to even display here.
Right. Can I still kick his ass? Can I? Alright! Alright!
Rager.
Is that who he is or what he does?
Don't know. Well, that's not true, and we know it at this point. Here, look at this. 20 stench damage to Leonardo. Look what of his HP bar that represents.
Oh.
He's not going to do jack shit to my turtle. Matter of fact, he's not going to do jack shit to anybody. His irritation is boosting his stats. Look. Watch his stats. And at the time that he's going to get killed, he's still not going to do barely jack shit to the turtle, even if he gets at him.
Like an alarm clock wired to a tranquilizer gun, you woke him up just to put him back to sleep.
That's fun. Ooh. That's
You dialed the horrible combination and opened that safe for a sweet, sweet 603 meat.
That's a pretty good number.
It's funny because you definitely don't need it.
For what reason do you say that?
Huh. I wonder why. You already bought the barrel. What other ridiculously expensive thing even exists in this game?
I was kind of hoping you'd say something related to my ability to manipulate the numbers. Only a polymath could do something like I did. Actually, not true. Alright, so we did this. Is there anything else over? Hi, hello.
This must be the second shift. Luckily, they're all facing the other way.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, except,
Well, that was a waste.
Gatorman Weed Lord, Rot Tooth, and Rage Jerk. Yeah, let's get rid of the shadow item. Well, Gabby's not going to live long, except for one minor little detail.
He's never going to get a chance to attack.
Yep.
So you dispatch the guard gators and your path forward is clear.
And a Swamp Haunch.
The slab of bone and flesh from some animal too distasteful to even mention, let alone...
Too bad.
Is that a different building?
Yes.
These gatormen are remarkably good at building fires in a couple inches of water. This seems to be where all the gatormen store all of their terrible filth. And hey, an anvil.
It's not
We got a
letting me.
forge.
It's not letting me trigger that text again. Shame.
It's a forge, presumably for hammering on terrible gator metals. A rack of horrible-looking weapons. You grab the most appropriate one, and the others leave the others rest in peace. You got a frogging fork. Gatorman sorcerers use these to gig frogs from a distance. You don't know what it means to gig a frog? Don't look it up. It's down +5.
Talk among yourselves for like 30 seconds.
You have to look it up, don't you?
Yep.
Of course. Do you not know him? He is compelled.
Everybody's got blind spots, and this seems to be one of mine. Urban.
I get the feeling it's
Dictionary.
not a nice thing to do to frogs.
Probably not. I can guarantee it's not. I'm deciding if we hear giggling, that might tell us just how bad of a thing this is.
Someone who is more than a friend but less than a boyfriend. One who falls between the spectrum of friend and boyfriend-girlfriend. One can have more than one gig. One can also have a girlfriend and a gig at the same time. Practiced commonly in Thailand. Gig covers the fields of friends with benefits, booty call, unofficial boyfriend-girlfriend. That's, actually moderately disappointing. Oh well.
Well, according to a different part of the Google search, hunting frogs using a spear with multiple points.
Oh.
But they call it a gig pole.
Oh.
So, yeah. Terrible rusty metal fridge dangling from the ceiling of this horrible rusty metal hovel. Weird. None of this stuff is even perishable.
Interesting that you know that.
This swamp mushroom does not appear in any mycology texts because mycologists famously refuse to get their shoes wet.
Should we?
I mean, we could. Of indeterminate origin, low humidity.
And that looks a lot more normal.
Mushroom, wait half an hour to see what it does to you. You gain an effect. Swamp shroom. Wow, 1 Moxie, 3 Stench Armor, 3 Sneeze Armor.
2 armors I don't need to boost.
No, but still impressive. I mean, at this point, the only thing that's going to hurt us badly is cold.
Yeah. Actually, we don't have much spooky either. One of those books has got to be in here, and I'm willing to bet spooky.
Dangling glob of revolting organic matter.
This must be the big boss room. Or it's just one of those.
Airmen keep their billions upon billions of swarming bugs.
Let's do one. Just to see what these guys are all about. Oh, these guys aren't much. I could probably pretty much wipe him out with this. Almost.
You've reduced the number of bugs in this whole building by, let's say 346.
Okay.
There's one small in the world's smallest violin. It's too small for you to have seen it.
And
A sticky glob of honey made from the pollen of fetid swamp flora.
absolutely no need for that. This will probably supersede my current weapon like this, but I'll deal with that off stream. Maybe infinite grinding. I'm not going to screw with it. I think we've done all we're doing here. And 3 choices.
I mean, the amphibious truck is the next part of this main quest line.
Also, I just gotta know if it's sentient.
So you want to hit the
True.
truck?
Yeah, let's hit the truck.
In a clearing, a bunch of Cub Scouts sing fight songs around a fire. The scout leader waves you down. I don't know which way is which in this damn swamp, he whispers and shows you his compass. Can't find the damn North Star. Been leading these boys in circles for 3 days. If they figure me out, pal, it won't be marshmallows they're toasting tomorrow.
What'll it be? Chestnuts?
Probably.
Let's help him out.
You're reminded that directions north and west were effectively switched at the turn of the century and that he ought to be looking for the West Star. He claps you on the shoulder. Got it. I'd like to see him disrespect me now. He turns and walks face first into a beehive.
Couldn't happen to a nicer fella.
Right. This whole truck business sure feels like much ado about nothing.
Ado is a weird word.
Nothing amphibious about this truck. The door is hanging limply from its hinges. The truck has been abandoned for some time. There is nobody inside unless they are very small and hiding.
Are they? Small and hiding?
No.
Oh, okay. Let's check the seats.
The newspaper left on the passenger seat is open to the classifieds page. Perfect are advertisements for Mr. Rat's Hotel for Working Women and The Docks.
Well, let's take it.
You don't need it. It's yesterday's news.
And you're no fun, are you? Alright, let's search under the seats.
The gas tank is located underneath the driver's seat, which has the advantage of lowering the truck's center of gravity. The gas tank is empty, which has the disadvantage of the truck not working. You also notice a tiny glint of metal. A key.
We got a small key.
We found this key in a largemouth bass and son's truck. Maybe it opens a lock back home?
Likely.
There isn't anything where we were looking for a key for, right?
Not directly, but there was a locked door. Which I'm wondering if that key will do anything with.
Maybe the key will get us into the crew quarters.
I'm sorry, what?
Black smoke billows out from the cowl. That engine is cooked.
We gotta.
You can't eat something just because it's cooked.
I said eat the fucking engine.
Or too large to eat.
Eat the goddamn engine.
It is just not possible to eat an engine.
God damn it, I said eat it.
It would kill you to even try.
Don't tell me what I can and can't do. Eat the fucking engine.
Grinding yourself against the overbearing heat, you wrench open the cowl and peer through the smoke only to find that someone has beaten you to it. The engine has already been eaten.
Next chance I get, I'm eating an engine.
So maybe it was sentient.
Maybe. Incredible. Alright. Well, plot leads us back to Largemouth Bass and Sons, but we still have 2 other locations.
I feel like the abandoned truck was a little boring, honestly.
It was,
yeah,
but we got... It was, but we did get the key, so at least there's a supposed point forward.
I mean, we're closest to the house, so...
Right. To the dolphin house.
Another one of these Gatorman campsites. Maybe the ones who kidnapped Charles came this way?
Maybe.
The campsite is similar to the previous one. Lots of amount of Gatorman tracks and a lot of discarded trash. These Gatormen sure are slobs. You also find a 1516 combination wrench labeled CW. Looks like you're on the right track at least.
Good. Okay.
You've already learned everything you need to learn from there, so...
Yep.
This... oh boy.
Let's get this.
It boggles the mind how unmoored you'd have to be to build a manor in this defenseless place. Though you have to admire the resources they marshaled to do so.
Go ahead.
This tree has a hole in it. Conveniently, the hole is slightly larger than your hand. Honestly, for what is ostensibly a horror game, we've had way too few opportunities for you to stick your hand into a suspicious dark hole.
Reach in.
You slowly reach inside the dark hole. It's damp and ominous, and then... yeah! You find the key. Sorry, that scream wasn't really justified.
And I have 2 keys.
Yep.
Interesting.
Okay.
Looks like this car was left to rot. Unfortunately, it hasn't yet rotted enough for you to get past the locked door.
Alright.
Can you eat this engine?
We'll find out, I'm sure.
Unlock the car, destroying the hangar in the process. You search the car. It's empty except for the glove box, which turns out to actually be a key box. The key inside is not the key to this car, and if you had a sense of humor like mine, you'd agree this is a real shame.
I do love the narrator sticking his nose in the story. It's one of my favorite elements of comedy.
It is a good one. There's nothing else of interest in this car.
There is nothing said about the engine. Alright, so apparently the tarnished key is used for this.
You pop the lock off and the door unlatches with an ominous creak.
Excellent. So that's 1 out of 11. Here we go.
Workbench covered with tools, all rusted past the point of usefulness, even as bludgeons.
Shame.
Old Dolphin never got sick of tires. Some say the most powerful tool is a padlock. It's really more the opposite of a tool, though, because it obstructs rather than facilitates what you're trying to do. These cinder blocks are totally waterlogged.
Ooh, that's not good. That's not good.
One of those cinder blocks was standing way too close to the others. You explain personal boundaries to it and perform a quick procedure to make it a little less creepy.
Right. So there must be a way to get that padlock. It's probably somewhere in the house.
Front door of Dolphin Manor is unlocked. Apparently, Mr. Dolphin's love of padlocks was unrelated to basic home security.
let's go in. Oh, now that it's quiet, I can hear stomping with this set of shoes.
Couch faces the wall. Must have been the Dolphin family's punishment couch. Or maybe they just like to watch paint dry. You never know.
Maybe.
Calpurnia Dolphin died of natural causes. Opie Dolphin died of natural causes. Hortense Dolphin. Beasley Dolphin. Goldilocks Dolphin.
What do you think the
I don't
other
know.
shoes?
I
What do
mean,
you think
bears are natural, so...
What do you think the other shoe is going to be with this last one?
I don't know.
Oh,
Ensworth.
I guess there isn't one. At least not there. Or am I going to have to find 11 keys to 11 padlocks? I'm guessing that's it, because I no longer see the tarnished key.
Ah, seems like we will have to find multiple keys. It's a fancy store-bought radio. They must have been rich. Fancy serving cart.
I call key.
One of those serving carts they use in posh hotels and in posh manor houses, apparently, with a big silver platter covered with a dome-shaped lid. It's called a cloche. Just the right size to hide a severed head or a roast of some kind.
Let's see it.
You cautiously reach out and grip the handle, only to take a deep breath. Then slowly you lift the lid, tilting your head to peek underneath. It's empty.
Well.
Padlocks on the dinner table. That's both a rule and an observation. Enough fine china to defeat an army if only you can get past the padlock, and if you were in command of the world's hoity-toityest military. You know? Fair. It's a clean and well-lighted corner. Well-lit is the word that you're looking for.
Indeed.
Sir or ma'am.
So we got 4 doors to explore. 3 of them are locked. Or, sorry, 1 of them is locked. Oh, good.
Dolphins used one toilet at a time, just like the rest of us. Doesn't work. Maybe something's wrong in the tank. Oh, there's your problem. There's a key stuck to the float valve hidden flange.
Great.
Okay.
Alright, real quick. Fishing rod, fishing rod.
Oh, that was a sound. There's an old utensil from an involuntary burial. Let's see. It's a fish zester.
Very good mysticality weapon. And a very good stench weapon. Okay, where's my cosmic sieve? There it is.
This medicine cabinet is securely locked. Maybe it's full of deadly poisons.
Maybe.
This bathtub is full of steaming blood! Oh, no, wait. The red is just the light coming through a stained glass rose hanging in the bathroom window. Doesn't really explain why the water is still hot, though. It's a nasty goo.
With 2 extra meat. So this is what that good fishing does, I guess. Gets you some kind of secondary. It counts as a potion. You imbibe this. Amazing. Alright, so... that. So this is for the wet key, and that gives us this door. Let's... actually, no, hold up, screw that. Second door leads to second floor. We'll do that last. What have we got here?
The swamp house is predictably completely flooded. We need some kind of breathing apparatus if you want to go down there.
Fortunately, as established, we have one. Let's go.
No longer matters whether this machine is hooked up to the water supply or not.
Sure enough.
Oh, there's a scarf in there. It's the second wettest scarf you've ever owned.
Second wettest.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's good for hot armor, which we can infinify. Hold on, there's a text before that. There it is.
Hard to tell how rusty these barrels were before the basement flooded, but it's also not important that you know that. Whatever these barrels used to be full of, they're full of water now.
For science. Oh. They do
You don't want to drown, so,
Yeah, so, yeah.
This box contains the exact right amount of air to make it float like this. Nature really is glorious. Sunken chest. What terrible secrets might it contain?
I don't know.
Ooh, it's a chest full of riches, possibly cursed riches! Not a possible curse is going to stop you from taking them, of course.
Of course.
Sunken chest that's been plundered of its riches. These sadly ruined books all have titles like Solved Mysteries and Exciting Tales of Non-Violent Crime.
Just as well that they're ruined.
These dry goods have been forced by circumstance to no longer refer to themselves that way. The only content that didn't spring a leak, or rather get a leak sprung into it, was this can of Vichyssoise.
Not bad.
Ready to climb and dry off?
Sure am.
Unfortunately, breakfast has not been served. Humidity has turned most of these dry goods into stale goods.
Anything still good here?
Almost nothing has escaped the moisture. Almost.
Alright, so let's... 3M boost across the board. That's pretty good. What's my... Oh, the 2 armors I don't need. I'm just gonna eat this straight up.
Various fruits.
Yep. So this goes to the mossy key. What do we got?
One of these old fridges that people sometimes get locked into accidentally.
Is that Jingle Bells?
Wait, that's all still all fridges these days. Maybe that's why it's padlocked.
What'd you say, Blue?
I got a dog staring at me suspiciously.
Aw, hi, pupper.
Now, is the dog acting suspiciously, or is the dog looking at you with suspicion?
She's acting suspiciously. She has this tendency to just come over and stare at me when she has to go out.
Aw.
But she also stares at me like when I'm eating or when I'm petting a different dog and it's not her, so I can't tell if she has to go out or if she's mad because I'm petting Bowie.
Aw.
Could be either. You have an item. You've recovered a padlock. The fridge is empty of both expired food and expired hide-and-seekers. You do find a key inexplicably frozen into a block of ice, though.
Uh-huh.
Nothing good in this fridge, no matter how many times you look. Boy, we all know that feeling, right?
I didn't come here to get reminded about my life.
The oven is full of gross, steamy swamp worms.
Ugh.
Ugh. In Pepperidge's father's house, there are many drawers.
Ooh.
Lots of them. You got a dire corn holder, a match, a paperclip, and a recovered padlock.
We know what the match and the paperclip do. What about this corn holder? Right. What about the sink? I'm probably gonna abandon my daily fishing at this point.
Probably.
A bit of wet potato. Yeah, that's gonna be reviewed next off-screen time. Shadow wine, we've seen that. And an apple core. We've caught two things that are not at all fish. Alright, so that does not get us that lock. Was there still a lock down there? I think there is. Let me check. Before we go upstairs. No, there's not. I am an idiot. Now, I know there's a lock in the garage. Does one of my keys open that? No. And I'm holding just the key in the block of ice. Alright, time to go upstairs.
Yeah, to the second floor.
Let's see what all is here.
Dirt and a planter, presumably a plant and a planter once stood.
Does the ice key get either of these? No. So we're going to have to go in here. I do hear the music.
Toy box is disappointingly empty. Not even a BB gun or a creepy doll. Maybe the doll's hiding somewhere else.
Maybe.
This nightstand has one empty drawer and one locked drawer. An eerie, ghostly sound is coming from inside it. A comfortable-looking bed free of bloodstains or vaguely person-shaped lumps under the blanket.
Okay.
Ooh, shiny! Someone must have traded in a key-shaped tooth. Wardrobes were very important in old houses like this that didn't have built-in closets to keep skeletons in. You hit the furniture of its contents, none of which are skeletal unless you count the coat hanger.
Well, that'll replace the hanger we used to jimmy open that other car. And the work pants. Good for a fizz armor dump.
A shelf full of books about sports. The titles aren't too boring for me to even tell you what they are. That sounds right.
Let me see.
Nothing's hiding underneath the bed except dust.
Alright, so does the shiny key hit one of these two? Yes, it does.
It does.
Alright, in we go.
There's a little jewelry box on this table. Contains, to your non-surprise, jewelry. Perfectly normal jewelry.
I don't believe that. sure I'm about that at this point, not until I get a bit stronger. Oh. Good, so now I have one for a muscle dump. I didn't have one of those before.
It's a fancy nightstand. Fancy nightstand's contents are disappointingly non-fancy. Got some junk mail, a match, and another key. This bed looks inviting, but no one seems to accept the invitation for some time.
That's sad.
The cedar chest is locked and easily big enough to hide a skeleton in or even a whole body. The fancy vanity, which appeals to your pedestrian vanity. There's some leftover makeup in one of the drawers. Hey, it's Radium Rouge!
I might soon be able to do that 11 stat game at the boardwalk. At the rate of these items I'm getting. Cool. And another mirror. Alright. We have the ice key, the disappointing key. And that's it. Does the disappointing key go to this door? Yes, it does. We're at the top.
This workbench is strewn with bits and gizmos and bits of gizmos. Amongst all that, you find what looks like a miniature radio carved from driftwood.
Fascinating.
Radio small enough to carry? Amazing! If you've listened to it periodically, it'll warn you about any nearby monsters that are actually manifestations of your repressed traumas. Or maybe it'll just give you the baseball scores.
So what is this thing? A quest item.
Hold the radio up to your ear. A boy's voice asks, "Hey, Pop! Where'd you get all that treasure? Is it a cursed pirate horde stolen from the ruins of an ancient civilization?" Haha, no, son, nothing like that. A sound
It's
investment
so
in
specific.
normal, moral, financial markets.
Yeah. What channel are we... Oh, whatever. It looks like it'll just say the same thing each time. Alright.
Lots of boxes, but none of them say padlocks on them, and you're not motivated to search them otherwise. Who knows what grisly things you might find.
It's a valid point.
Who? You would assume that Dolphin was superstitious enough not to store any padlocks on the east side of his attic. That's how you get family curses, probably.
Probably.
There's nothing else on this workbench that is both interesting and comprehensible.
And I still only have the ice key. Did I miss something?
I doubt it. Where is it? Remember, Ralphie, says a woman's voice, you mustn't ever open the door to strangers. The boy's voice replies, "Okay, Mom, because it might be a kidnapper or a murderer, right? Oh, I'm sure that would never happen, but it might be a vacuum cleaner salesman and we already have one."
Oh. Okay, so not that padlock. Not that padlock. So how many locks have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm holding 6, which means there's a lock I either have not found or I'm completely forgetting about. Or do I need a way to melt that key? Or the ice around it, rather. Alright, so I know where the 5 remaining padlocks are. I just need maybe one of the campfires? I have an
Where
idea.
was that anvil?
What, the forge? Are you suggesting use the forge to break it out?
Maybe. I mean, I don't think any of the campfires are going to work just because they've been kind of non-descriptive.
Oh, we got something here.
Quite embarrassed gentleman, waist deep in swamp muck, gives you a wave. Wouldn't be stuck, he says, but I'm not too proud to ask for help. For a muscle man like yourself, it's an easy enough task to pull a man out of some mud, which is good because you have to do it another 5 times for this guy before he gets back on solid ground.
Was the forge in the second house? I think so. Nope. And the workbench in the house attic would have triggered, right? If that was the solution.
You would think.
Alright, what else is around? Let's think a minute.
So how is the key described? It's stuck in a block of ice?
That's what it says.
I'm trying to think of anything that help with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. Like, campfire would be... Fire makes sense and smashing makes sense. Those are the 2 things you do to break up ice. Are there any fires you can think of that aren't the campfires?
Got the oven in the kitchen.
I do have one idea, too. Oh.
Step through a copse of swamp cypress and into the edge of a gloomy clearing. Quiet before the sound of dirt raining on an open grave. 2 burly men work hurriedly with shovels to bury the corpse of a gator man whose epaulets, hat, and mailbag mark him as some manner of mailman. As the gator is swallowed whole by the mud, his gravediggers straighten up and look him in the eye, sweaty but defiant. You have stumbled upon the darkest and most secret part of the swamp, where sins are buried, and gators.
Did you say gator mailman?
That's what it says, yes. We're not going to deal with that yet. that didn't work. I have another thought. Huh? What do we got?
A radio transmission cuts through the thick swamp air. A series of beeps and tones of varying length and pitch. Random noise, perhaps, or some coded message. Why, it's Morse code and a distress call. As you listen further, you learn that a frog has swallowed a shortwave radio and now suffers intestinal trouble. You locate the frog and relieve him in a manner best left unexplained.
Jeez. Come on, trigger.
Hold it here. The woman's voice says, Clarence, I'm so grateful that our family has never suffered from supernatural curses, serial murder, demonic corruption, or plague. I agree, dear. We certainly have been fortunate, and doubtless will remain so. The woman's voice gasps, Oh my, Clarence! Why are you lying on the floor under your workbench? Are you alright? Were you attacked by a burglar or an axe murderer? Calm down, Agnes. I'm fine. I'm just practicing changing the oil in our car.
No way.
Workbench covered. Is this the bench that woman on the radio was talking about?
Are you telling me we have a magic radio that tells us shit?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Wait, so did it guide you to this other key?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
it did. This radio's magic. Supernatural curses. What are you getting at? So it seems to trigger when you first enter a place. Vacuum cleaner salesman.
We already have a vacuum. I guess it wants you to look for a vacuum.
Or it's just rubbish. Whereas some of these are rubbish and some of these aren't. Huh?
Hey, hot bathtub.
Uh-huh.
True. Because this is asking about the zester
Which
that
was
you
down,
already fished out.
Which was down the toilet. Incredible.
Did you put the cold key in the hot bathtub?
Oh, maybe.
Ah, yes. Nice. Very good.
I was like, it's the oven or maybe the
Wait,
bathroom.
wait, hold on. Was there something locked in here? Yeah, there you go.
And the cold
Unlock
key.
it.
Activated charcoal briquette and Bertwood's finest tooth wax.
Things we've seen before.
Did that say tooth wax?
Yes.
Tooth wax, yes.
Here, let's...
Oh, that makes me feel so uncomfortable.
Yeah, look at the description.
A whole ball of prescription strength tooth wax.
Yeah, but it's tooth wax. I'm sorry. I went to the dentist today and had my, biannual cleaning, and the idea of wax on my teeth is just really grossing me out right now.
Oh, yeah, no. The kitchen knives, Rebecca, they're very sharp. I keep them that way because counterintuitive, but maybe dull knives actually cause more accidents. True. Yes, Mother, I understand.
This is going to require a great deal of exploration, this radio. The loose key gives us... Oh,
Perfumed wedding veil.
there's a veil in here, and beyond the veil...
Nothing.
Great. Another Moxie accessory. Yeah, I need to do some pruning and get rid of the inferior stuff. Like, if there's anything with just a Moxie, and then I have a thing with Moxie and something else, I really can't use the one that's just Moxie. Do I have any keys left? I don't.
Do you have any locks left?
There are still 3 locks.
So every lock should have a key, right?
Yes.
Okay, so are there hints?
This radio, apparently. Look at this.
Mom, a terrible ghoul stole the key to my nightstand. Now, dear, don't call your brother Ralphie a terrible ghoul. He probably hid the key in the potted plant in the hallway like he always does.
Alright, so which potted plant? There's a bunch of them.
The only one we can actually look in.
There you go.
So predictable, that Ralphie. Hold it here. Ghostly voice wails, "Who stole my golden arm?" Then a boy's voice says, "Oh, come on, sis, don't you know? Don't you have any other ghost stories? That's the only one you ever tell." Oh yay, a creepy music box.
Deals Moxie and spooky damage to everybody.
Once per fight. Nice.
Two locks left.
Goodness sake, Agnes, you're obsessed. Obsessed with taping things to the backs of paintings. Just like your aunt, one-eyed Calphurnia Dolphin. You'll probably die peacefully in your sleep, just like she did.
Were there paintings we could poke?
Yes, downstairs.
I didn't think of these as paintings for some reason.
Simply one-eyed Aunt Calpurnia? Alright, we got a sticky padlock. So the last key is going to open that.
There's another lock I have not gotten. It's the medicine cabinet.
Oh, we did get that one, I believe.
Oh, did we?
Wasn't that the one that we put the key
Oh.
in the bathtub?
Yeah, that's the one. So we want the garage. And there's the last key.
Handsaw.
Ooh.
Oh, geez, that's what all the... Oh, no, it's just rust. Never mind.
Tetanus.
Something interesting left in the tool chest unless you're a rust enthusiast.
Don't you mean fetishist?
You open the trapdoor and examine the stacks of fine bone china. Bone china. Wait. Bone china? Perhaps human bone china? Oh, no. The brand mark on the bottom is a pretty well-known company, so probably not. Anyway, you find a really fancy hat.
Another point to magical weapon. It's one better than the fedora, but I like that point of mysticality. I'll keep the fedora on for now and hold that in case I need a magical weapon boost. As if. So that's 11. And he's down here.
Found some mushrooms, bright red spots, and is picking them.
Gabby, I think those are poisonous.
Oh yes, very poison you, but Gabby doesn't know about poisons yet. Before you can object to this, Gabby crams the toadstools into her mouth and eats them. Blech. This is an opposite of delicious, but Gabby knows about poisons now, so that's worth a while.
Nice. Good boost.
Yeah, let me just eat the poison mushrooms to gain poison immunity.
I found your father's padlocks.
Thank you so much. You didn't run to my grandmother by any chance, did you?
What? No. Was she supposed to be there?
No, that would have been highly unusual if she had been, considering she died more than 30 years ago.
Here's your padlocks.
Marvelous.
I love all these perfectly normal conversations we have in this.
Always. Marvelous. Once I reaccustom myself to standing on level ground, I'll be on my way.
There's a big hobo camp near Ocean City that you might be interested in. I can give you directions.
Ah, excellent. I think I will head that way now. Perhaps I'll see you there.
Most certainly, my friend. Cool. We have 8 minutes left. Shall we check out one more place?
Yeah, we can do that real quick.
We got
I got the crash site.
the crash site.
A black shape looms into view. At first, it's difficult to make out from the silhouette, but it seems to be a massive shadow brute. It doesn't mean react to your presence, perhaps it's facing away, though again, that's hard to tell. From its movements, it seems to be eating something. Then, another shape, a flappy, bat-wing shape, unfurls itself on the brute's shoulder and screeches noiselessly at you. The brute starts to turn around.
Banishment.
The swamp is gross, but it's undeniably full of life, and you've drawn that life energy to blast the shadow creatures into oblivion. Thanks, mosquitoes! This swamp extends for miles in every direction. This is the most diagonal plane you've ever encountered.
To match the most diagonal boxcar, no doubt.
Indeed, land and by sea. It's just a bunch of miscellaneous plane stuff.
So all there is to do, I guess, is talk to the pilot.
And now the grumpy-looking pilot.
Ready for one, Blue? Seems like you've got kind of a problem here.
Huh, you think? Yeah, 3 kinds of problems I got, if you don't count the headache. My plane being stuck ass downward in the swamp is just the most obvious one.
Well, anything I can help with? My name's Alpha, by the way. Alpha Stardix.
Rhonda Rasmussen. Hi. And yeah, if you got some time on your hands, you can bet your buns I can use it.
Did you say something about hands and buns?
Apparently.
What happened?
I'm looking to be the first to fly a plane all the way around the swamp in one go, see? Nearly made it too, but first to fly nearly all the way around the swamp won't be making any newspaper headlines. Now look what I got. A plane half buried in the muck, tainted fuel, and even if I get those sorted out, there ain't enough runway here for me to get flying again.
Your plane seems real stuck.
Oh, you noticed, huh?
Yeah, it's it's sticking up right out of the ground there.
Right? Yep, it sure it is.
Rhonda staring at you starts to make you a little uncomfortable.
Let's talking about something else, shall we? Like,
okay, Gabby.
What's wrong? What's wronging with your fuel?
When I landed, the fuel tank got full of swamp water, which I don't know how well versed you are in the chemistry of aircraft fuel, but...
Not good for it?
Not good for it, so I siphoned the tank dry. Figured it wouldn't be that big a deal since I've got a can of backup fuel.
Let me guess. That's full of water too?
Ain't nothing so bad that it can't be a little bit worse.
Can that be fixed somehow?
Well, technically, yeah. It just needs to have the water distilled out of it. I don't have anything like that kind of equipment, though.
Maybe I can dig something up?
That'd be great. Any basic distillation setup should do the trick. It ain't rocket science, just airplane science. That's a much slower kind of science. Here's the can.
Well, I'll see what I can do. So what's involved in building a runway?
With enough tar and...
Macadam.
My brain wants to be like macadamia nut.
Just do it, please. By all means, just say that.
With enough tar and macadamia nuts, I could slap down a quick and dirty runway. Dirtier than quick for certain, but it'd be good enough to get me out plenty of tar, but...
Where did you get that barrel of tar, anyway?
You know, that's a funny story. But anyway, I need a load of macadamia nuts to go with it.
What are
What's funny is
macadamia?
macadamia nuts sounds par for the course with this game.
Yeah. What are macadamia
It's like...
nuts?
It's like gravel for fuss budgets. For my purpose, I need a load of rocks exactly 3 centimeters across.
That ain't very many rocks.
Each individual rock is 3 centimeters across, not the whole load together.
Oh. Well, I could look for some rocks that size.
Well, that'd be great. Come to think of it, I believe I passed an old quarry on my way down. Didn't get a close look because I was kind of distracted, but I can mark it on your map for you.
Huh. You got another line?
Oh. Can't go myself. I need to stay here and guard the tar.
Alright, I'll go take a look. Now, we have distillery equipment somewhere, right? Where was that vampire place?
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Was it here? Distillery.
Where's the distillery equipment? Maybe it's in the distillery.
Maybe.
Oh,
Oh.
we've read this one before.
Alright, banishment.
Used to be a stillant, still is. Hey, maybe you can use this thing to pick Rasmussen's fuel.
Light a match. Excellent.
Hey, you distilled it.
Whoa, hello. Look at this. Hold on. Are you Tom and Kathy? There's a right answer and a wrong answer. Do you guys know which is which?
I don't remember. I think it's one, though.
The correct answer is number 1. That having been said, vote.
I'm going with one.
It's me too.
Tom Chapman and Kathy Tracy?
The boy nods slightly. He can see you've put in the work to remember their surnames, and though you may be at cross purposes, respect must be paid. Who wants to know?
Vote.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, let's stick with one. Nice and sarcastic.
I do. Isn't that obvious?
Take a last look. We're on the next bus out.
Your folks back home think you were kidnapped. Or eaten.
That's so utterly typical. I can't even conceive that someone might not want to live the same small little largemouth fast life that they do. Not even a life. Not for us, it's not. The kind of life we want to lead, it's only possible in the city.
Vote.
Oh, we're sticking with one.
Yeah, let's stick with one.
What kind of life is that?
We're gonna start a business making wigs for judges.
Vote.
3 is more sarcastic.
I like
But
2.
one. Yeah, all of them are good. Let's go with 2.
I don't think judges wear wigs in this country.
It's going to be an international company. That's where the money is, if you know anything about business.
Is that a job?
Is he? Are you?
Don't be rude.
God, I'm sorry, but you got. I mean, that's like asking if cobbling is a job.
Is cobbling a job?
Now, you're not going to get me with that again.
Look, I need to take you back to your parents.
Hell to that! You need to take us back like a bass needs bones. Not going back, pal. Not ever. Largemouth Bass and Sons is a trap. All we can ever do there is repeat the same old toxic patterns that our fathers did, our grandfathers did. Debone the fish, rebone the fish, debone the fish. What's the point? It's a mindless life, and it's never going to change. No, pal. Not for us. Better to die in poverty than live a largemouth bass deboner or reboner.
The problem is, I was hired to bring you home.
Listen, friend. We're not going back. There's nothing and nobody that can make us.
I really want to be able to back out of this.
I know.
Fine, I tried.
What? Oh. Hello?
Oh, no. Occam's Gator. You have no power here.
Occam's Gator? He's a real guy?
Occam's Gator is why he's the bane of our lives. Our family's lives. He has haunted us, tortured us before I was even born.
Don't worry. I'll kick him between his tails.
Back!
Vote.
One.
Did you just say back?
Did you just say back?
Miserable back! We will be miserable if we go back. The gator sneers. Too surprised, the beast apparently has no intention of killing or eating the children, but means to return them home to Largemouth and Bass and Sons. But why?
You want
I
them to
wouldn't
be
care.
You want them to be miserable?
Oh yes, miserable back! I don't know what Occam's Gator wants except our whole family be miserable. I don't know why else he torments us.
What's your problem?
Misery!
You just want to cause misery.
Ass misery!
To Largemouth and Sons, specifically?
Urgh.
Why exactly?
God!
What? God?
Misery God!
You have a god that wants to cause misery to Largemouth Bass and Sons?
Amen!
Vote between 1 and 2.
I want to know what the god's name is. But I also want to know if we can sign for a religion that makes a bunch of weirdos be miserable.
I also want to know why, too, you need to be haunted.
Well, haunted gives us extra things that normally wouldn't be accessible.
That's true.
Right.
And I can erase the bad parts too. What religion is this? Where do I sign up?
Occam's Gator!
Now you leave these kids alone.
Thank you, but no shaking Occam's Gator when he's got his mind set to a thing. Mind set!
There's got to be a way we can work this out.
Violence!
Apart from that,
Violence misery!
vote between 2 and 3.
Ooh. I kind of... Because if you gotta change his mind, could it be funny dialogue? Or do you want to fight him?
I don't care either way. I'm arrogant enough to think I can beat his ass as I am now. But there's also, as you said, funny dialogue. So your choice.
And there's always the chance that the funny dialogue fails and we have to fight him anyway.
True. Let's go funny dialogue.
Monster abides by his own obscure ethos, but perhaps you can outthink him.
Vote between 1 and 2.
1.
1.
If you let them go, you'll cause more misery to their families. Largemouth Bass and Sons is totally relying on these children to prop up their failing company. The whole thing is a joke. Without Tom and Kathy, it will all slide slowly but irrevocably into a long, painful era of decline, over which looms the grim terminus of business death.
That's It's true! Occam's Gator seems to be giving it some thought.
Vote.
1.
One.
Sarcastic.
Just something to consider.
A slow smile creeps across Occam's Gator's face and keeps on growing until it's made a complete ring around his head.
Can you teach me how to do that?
Okay, but then you just convinced him to let him go when you're being paid to bring him back, so that's a little tricky.
I don't know what to say. No one's ever said that thing before. Dad even tried to give him a cut of the business to leave us alone. You mean what you said, though? You think the business will fail without us?
About that 300 meat that I'm not going to get. Remember
Yeah,
that little,
probably.
Remember that little trick of mine? Yeah, I'll get that 300 meat. LOL. Anyway, I heard a vote for 1.
Vote for 1, yes.
Yeah, I vote for 1.
Yeah, probably.
Huh. Doing the right thing. If I was 100% sure of that when we left, I am now. I am now 98% sure, which is still, that's still very high. Yeah, it's pretty high. Well, thanks, Mr. Anyway, for getting Occam's to take a hike. I know it's not much. Oh, would you want this? Free sample? Enjoy that, but mind you, don't combine it with the jury's wig and the executioner's wig. No one should have that much power. Hold on now, are you still trying to take us back? The largemouth bass?
Vote.
I mean, it is a good amount of money that we don't need, but also a weird fishing rod?
Yeah, the fishing rod is what I really want.
The fishing rod that fishes non-fish does sound fascinating.
So the answer is...
1.
1.
Yes, I'd still very much like to do that.
Oh, get out of here! Not gonna do that. No, no way. If this run with Occam's Gator has taught me anything, it's that life's too short and it's time for Kathy and I to leave home and write our own story.
Well, to maintain our line, I think we need to say 3.
Yep.
No, you should go back.
They just laugh. Have a good life, mister. I know we will.
Well, goodbye then.
Awfully confident.
Now, I want to know what happens if we go back to the parent now.
Well, I mean, the plot suggests that we're going to have to, so let's do that. Another location.
Take a wrong turn. Instead of ending up where you want to be, you end up at the Monster Shack. You know it's the Monster Shack because there's a big sign that says Monster Shack.
Okay.
We'll deal with that later.
Yeah, that's a next week thing.
Dare show your face around here. You dithered and now Kathy is lost. I received a telegram from her. Now she's throwing her life away chasing the judge-wig dreams of youth.
Can I marry into your family?
No, I'm afraid we're all spoken for. Nothing personal, it's just that the largemouth bass business, marriages are arranged from a very young age. It's political. You understand.
Sorry about your daughter.
I only hope she'll realize the mistake she's made. Her mother always told her, don't throw your life away for a man like I did.
Meaning...
Like I did.
Meaning you?
Now that you mention it, I wonder.
Any chance I can still get that fishing rod?
I would sooner give it to the bass themselves.
Fair enough.
God knows what they'd do with it. The fish got their flippers on that sort of technology, though. I don't mind telling you, I think we'd either be dead in a week or working for them.
Are you concerned about the future of the business without Kathy?
We will suffer a setback, as we've always done, but our plan to rebrand as Largemouth Bass and Sons and Daughter will have to be put on hold. A pity. The name rolls off the tongue, which would be appropriate, as that's how we slide the fish's bones out.
So, Occam's Gator is real.
Yeah, I know.
I'll be on my way.
Hello again. Just visiting? I should have warned you, the smell of the largemouth bass is addictive. Oh, fuck, we don't even get a fishing rod out of this.
Aww.
When she sees you, the cat leaps into your arms and licks your cheek with the vigor and sloppiness of an animal 10 times her size.
Hey there, girl. What's your name?
Cat nods at its collar. Scylla, it says.
Scylla, huh? And what was that big lick for?
The cat nods at the other side of the collar, which says, "You didn't go against the family."
Well, isn't that cute? I don't know what happened to this hovering. I wonder if my manipulation of that fucking file did something. But
Maybe.
but whatever.
Well, accepts pet gladly and urinates on your leg before hopping off your lap. Alright, we can always go back and find Dottie.
Aw.
Nothing matters more to a fishing cat than family and never taking sides against the family. Scylla rewards your loyalty by assenting to a pact.
So
Wait, can you not hover over anything now?
Nothing.
I can hover.
20% to meat drops.
I can hover, but it just doesn't show. Yeah, I definitely don't need that boon. So this key.
This key fits snugly into the lock, so snugly you can't get it out, in fact, but it does its job nonetheless. Times are tough at largemouth bass and sons, and pillows are in short supply. Barton mattress holds no secrets.
Alright.
16 teeth. Tooth Fairy skipped the swamp for a while.
That's a description.
This austere bedding testifies to the Tracy family's rigorous asceticism. One must purge body and mind of all comfort and distraction to achieve the hyper-focus of a bass fisherman. Secret candies? A bass fisherman should not be vulnerable to such temptations.
Oh. Whoops, hold on. There we go.
A navy blue sticker is the sole resident of the coat rack. Fierce rummaging yields a letter in the right pocket. The envelope appears unopened. Letter from Kathy Tracy addressed only to Dad. The post office will never be able to deliver that. The envelope isn't sealed. You cite it with these. Dad. All anyone cares about in this family is largemouth bass. Well, I'm sick of it. Ain't I a person? Ain't I deserving of being cared about too? I'm leaving, Dad, for a place where dreams are possible. You ain't never going to find me because you don't know where that is. Love, Kathy. P.S. Hi to Mom. Largemouth bass eyes peek through the slats in the lockers. I'm supposed to be in this room. It's better if Adam doesn't see you leave through this door.
Better for whom?
Better for you.
Nah, I'm going out.
Hold on. How'd you get in that room?
Vote.
I'm torn between
Ooh.
1 and 2.
Kind of want to blame the gator.
Oh yeah, let's play the gator.
Occam's Gator.
He nods. We'd just like him to leave the door unlocked after he abducted Kathy from her premarital bed.
What?
Sure. I guess.
Fucking sure, buddy.
What about that letter? You need to see this.
Adam Tracy pours the letter, his brow sinking into deeper furrows with each line. Ain't never, ain't I? My friend, those are the vulgar contractions of Occam's Gator. I didn't give Cappy a copy of Jane Eyre to have her contract improperly. No, this letter is an obvious ruse, friend. Occam's clumsy attempt to throw us off the scent.
Vote between 1 and 2.
Your daughter ran away from home.
2.
Face the tiger. Your daughter ran away from home.
I've yet to see evidence of that.
I found these
Really?
teeth under a pillow.
Yes, those are mine.
You believe in the Tooth Fairy?
No.
I'll be on my way. You say something, Blue?
No.
Okay. The other thing we have to do is talk to the other parent. Or maybe this guy. I found the truck.
Let's go with calling her she.
Really, where? She alright? She need anything?
Alright,
Yeah,
so
let's go with me.
she's out of gas, and something ate the engine.
Rats. I don't know where I'll find a new engine, and I really need that truck back. I left an egg sandwich on the passenger seat, and I'm afraid by now the egg will have hatched.
Take it easy.
What a weird concern.
I'll go to her as soon as this rain stops.
Oh, there you go.
She must be so scared and alone.
Now all of a sudden we must do this.
Spot a shadow orb hovering around and decide to follow deeper into the swamp. It might seem like a bad plan, considering the old stories of people following will-o'-the-wisps and becoming lost in the swamp forever, but a will-o'-the-wisp is a floating ball of light, and this is the opposite of that. So, logically, this is actually a very good plan, but for how it leads you right into a grump of tentacly shadow monsters.
Banishment.
You take a deep breath and draw on your confidence and faith in yourself and the power of logic and unleash that power as a beam of pure white light that blasts the shadow creatures into less than the nothing they already were.
Way. So about that sandwich.
Detect the faint scent of something eggy in the air, but see no sign of its source. You see the
Okay.
left on the passenger seat is open to the classified page. Circled are advertisements for Mr. Rat's Hotel for Working Women and The Docks. Blah, blah, blah.
So we don't get the sandwich. Too bad.
Calm gas clouds the sky. The heavens alight with strange new constellations unlike any you've seen before. Swamp stars draw the outline of a flamingo attempting to swallow a car tire. Wherever you go in the swamp, know that you shall be under the sign of this unhealthy bird and all the protection that entails.
Good. Very nice. I like it. Another cat. I don't know
What
what...
we're talking about. I certainly didn't have anything to do with helping Tom
Tom
Chapman and Kathy Tracy flee their largemouth bass fishing fathers.
What's your name,
Cat,
girl?
cat points to its
Oh,
Charybdis.
didn't even need to ask, I guess.
Well, let's see what Charybdis does.
Yep.
You can't hover on shit.
I'm gonna
You'll
guess
have to see if you accidentally, like, deleted a line and there's a way to fix that, because that's a little annoying.
Yeah. You know, I expected it would be this, the counterpart. 20% to item drops. Ain't no way he's happy about anything.
Friend, Tom's gone. I read the telegram from with news he's in the big city, thriving as the head of his own business manufacturing wigs for judges.
Wait, he's already set up a business? It's already thriving?
Yes, it's fast, I know. But judges' wigs are a gold mine, and I can tell you don't have business instincts. You'd have recognized that right away.
Sorry about your son.
You know, I'm actually proud of him. I always thought he was a dreamer, but never realized he had those killer instincts for business. Ah, yeah. He's a good sort. Maybe I've been unfair to him.
Are you worried about the future of the business without Tom?
Succession is only an issue if I die, wouldn't you agree? And that's far from inevitable, especially if I invest in a good helmet.
Well, Occam's Gator is real. I saw him.
In the shower, yes? No? Ah, it's just that's mostly where I see him.
What?
Huh?
Be seeing ya. Oh, here we go.
Oh. You've come back? I haven't got any more missing children who are sniffing around for a gig.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna retake the meat boon real fast.
With all of this meat that you already have, you want that boon?
Yes.
Are you just trying to see if you can, like, hit a cap or something?
I mean, I could do that the hard way. I'll figure that out next time. For right now, When we next meet, which I presume will be next week, we have 3 locations we have not yet explored, and 12 total. There may be more that we find out here, who knows. And on top of that, we still have not found Charles Wallace, or the item that he came here to fetch. So we still have plot to do. Where exactly? So we still gotta search for him. And these. Alright, I'm going to run myself back here. And it is from here that I will handle some off-screen business.
Dubious grenades.
Dubious grenades.
Oh yes, they are very dubious.
Here's what they do. And by the way, I'm kind of using this as my all-sell place in case I ever need anything for whatever reason. Anyway, the dubious grenades. So the first side quest we had was we were handed 6 of these and asked to experiment with them. 4 out of the 6 blew up in my face. 2 of them actually worked properly and did 10 to the opponent. But if you want the truly reliable ones, you want this one that's twice as expensive. This one reliably deals 10 to the enemy.
I see.
So while Dubious is less expensive, it also comes with supposedly a 50-50. But I ended up on the bad end of that, so whatever. Take that or leave it, I guess. But yeah, you guys around next week?
I
Think so.
Fantastic. Then we will presumably wrap up the swamp and roll on. If anyone out there did join us, thank you very much, and be seeing you next week.